The first time I came, I believe, was like a week or two ago, and all my friends always come here, and I've heard about it, but I just thought it was like a basement thing. It sounded kind of creepy.
And I like it because it changes the center of gravity, right? So when you're in a classroom, you are the center of attention. And when I'm having a review session, I want everybody to be the center of attention so that people freely interact. And I also don't want it to think about like a normal class section. I don't want them to be just like stuck in their notes and looking down. I want them to purposely be interacting with people around them and to do weird and crazy things.
I bring my students to the cellar so that we can brainstorm. We also use the technology for multimedia, multimodal presentations.
I discovered immediately that students relax here. And most students are very tense about their writing. They don't like their language criticized. They come here, they plop down on the floor, on one of the benches, they grab some toys, and they talk about writing, and they actually write. I had my 1102 students write in class, and I had the 1101 students write down here. I got twice as much writing from the 1101s, easily twice as much. The fluency was better, they took criticism easier, they were just relaxed about the whole experience. It makes a great difference.
Came down here, I took pictures on my iPad, I went back to the other nursing professors and I said, there's a little hidden area that we could do pre and post conferences in for our nurses, that we could facilitate orientations, do conversations, we could work on the boards. This is a fabulous area for students maybe who don't know one another to break the ice and then start our semester. So I actually started our semester here.
It's a very open, innovative space. There's plenty of seating, it's comfortable, good lighting, friendly environment. So we decided this would be a good place to go through and meet for a book discussion group. I feel like having it down here in a shared building that does feel more collaborative than having maybe upstairs in the library.
I'm not able to rearrange my classroom. You can rearrange the space.
It's really designed for learning. The pedagogy's good. Again, people can only learn when the brain is relaxed and receptive. They don't see me as a judgmental figure down here. You know, I plop down on a cushion beside them and we work on the writing. They regard me completely differently than the students do in the classroom.
They tend to be more engaged. They can, of course, spread out. They can be comfortable with their electronic devices, laptops, tablets. It forces them out into public space. They can't really hide from anybody. They can see each other's faces, which are much more interesting than the backs of our head. They can more easily use breakout groups if we get there.
After the first time we come here, it is inevitable that everybody's like, can't we always go back to the cellar? I think we learn more when we're in the space, at least when we talk about test items. There'll be things that we've lectured on in the room. And I think, oh, we've got that. And nobody has a clue. And then we come here and people talk about it, and then suddenly everybody nails that one on the test.
First, the space encourages engagement, encourages them to create their own spaces. And it's funny how different students create different spaces and are comfortable in them.
All of them ask, when can we go back to that other room?
And then they always want to know why the rest of their classrooms aren't that way.
A bunch of them today picked up the Legos and they started playing with the Legos. While they were looking at each other's ideas and brainstorming off each other and adding to each other's ideas, they were building a Lego building. It looked like a spaceport in the middle of the table. And they talk a little, then they build a little. The days we're in the class, I have to make them go to the tables and work. When we're in here, I don't say a word. They just go to their groups and start working.
So I'm waiting for a meeting to begin, so I had a few hours and I went to a more formal setting and I actually couldn't concentrate as well on my work, so I thought perhaps the cellar might be available for me. I thought, well, probably the students feel more comfortable and can open up their availability to open conversation and also to study too. And I'm hoping that more instructors will schedule classes down here because it does help to facilitate conversation.
I choose to come to the Cellar because I like the environment in here. It's very freeing, very relaxing, and you can really sit down, do your work, and just not feel the pressure of school because it feels like a different atmosphere down here.
Oh, there's a Nerf thing going on, and they were playing, but I also heard it was good for studying. So me and my friend decided to come down here, and I loved it because I could focus.
I come to the Cellar is because it helps me out, relax at the class when I'm stressed out or when I need somewhere just to go to relieve a lot of stress and study when I need to study most of the time, and it helps me out a lot.
It's quiet, it's chill. It says on here I can move whatever I like, so if I want to sit on the couch, I can just move this, or there's little bean bags. It's just a really nice place to relax and do work.
Well, you have everything that's basically needed for a place to relax and lounge at, but the furniture's here. I love to sleep on them, lay on them around when things take a break, and I love to use the whiteboards when I need to do an equation for math. I'm always down here. I'm surprised they don't know my ID by now.